Daisaku Ikeda was born in Tokyo, Japan, on 2nd January 1928, the fifth of 8 children to a family of seaweed farmers. The devastation and senseless horror he witnessed as a teenager during World War II gave birth to a lifelong passion to work for peace, rooting out the fundamental causes of human conflict. Japan had just entered the Second World War, and as a teenager, he lived through the devastation that the war had caused, and its trauma left an indelible mark on his life. His 4 older brothers were drafted into military service. The eldest was killed in action. Along with the human anguish and turmoil he witnessed in the years following the war, the experiences continued to fuel his lifelong quest of achieving world peace. In 1947, Ikeda had attended a small gathering of Soka Gakkai members where he heard Toda speak. Although Ikeda was generally suspicious of religious ideology, he writes, "The words of a person who had suffered imprisonment for his conviction carried a special weight. I felt intuitively that I could trust him." Ikeda found in Toda an open and unaffected person, a man of unshakable conviction with a gift for explaining profound Buddhist concepts in logical, accessible terms. He soon found employment at one of Toda's companies and later completed his education under the tutelage of Toda, who became his mentor in life. In May 1960, 2 years after Toda's death, Ikeda, then 32, succeeded him as president of the Soka Gakkai. Under his leadership, the movement began an era of innovation and expansion, becoming actively engaged in cultural and educational endeavors worldwide. Ikeda has dedicated himself to fulfilling Toda's dreams by developing initiatives in the areas of peace, culture, and education. In 1975, Ikeda became the first president of the Soka Gakkai International, now a global network linking over 12 million members in some 190 countries and territories. The world has seen industrial revolution, economic revolution. Now it's time for it to experience human revolution. SJA members follow the teachings of Nichiren, a Buddhist monk who lived in 13th century Japan. Nichiren was the son of a fisherman family, an untouchable caste. Born in 1222, a time rife with social unrest and natural disasters, the ordinary people suffered enormously. Experiencing firsthand the misery of the common people, Nichiren had from an early age been driven by a powerful desire to find a way of resolving the problem of human suffering. When Nichiren was 12, he began studying the teachings of the major schools of Buddhism of the time. His prayers were earnest and he vowed to be the wisest man of Japan. His spirit was shining bright and all he wanted was to gain an insight into the essential nature of human life and reality. As the years passed, Nichiren studied various sutras and other scriptures. His intensive study of the Buddhist sutras convinced him that the Lotus Sutra contained the essence of the Buddha's enlightenment. Nichiren established the chant of Nammyo Horenge Kyo as a universal practice to enable people to tap the Buddha nature present in their own lives and gain the strength and wisdom to challenge and overcome any situation. The Lotus Sutra states that all individuals are equal and that anyone can tap their potential and transform their lives. In 1253, he chanted Nammyo Horenge Kyo for the first time to establish the correct teachings for the peace of the land. Nichiren had understood that he would have to face criticism and resentment from the other schools of Buddhism if he promoted the teachings of the Lotus Sutra. Unlike these other schools, which propagated that enlightenment was achievable only after death, the Lotus Sutra focused on how to achieve the same during one's lifetime. Nichiren's propagation of the Buddhist practice was extremely contrary to the existing Buddhist schools, which encouraged resignation and suffering. He could sense the growing friction between his ideology and the others, but Nichiren decided that to remain silent would be to lack compassion. The steward of the region, a devout follower of one of the other Buddhist schools, took steps to have Nichiren arrested. And from this point on, Nichiren's life would be a succession of harassment, persecution, and abuse. Nichiren was arrested on 12 September 1271 and was taken to be executed to the Tatsunokuchi beach. Just as the execution was about to take place, a bright object suddenly appeared in the night sky. Nichiren kept calm. The object was possibly a celestial body that called out to them to execute him. But the supernatural body had terrified the officials so much that they called off the execution. The government exiled him to a remote island named Sadhu. Regardless of the extremities, he continued to write and share his teachings. Nichiren's followers were harassed and attacked in Atsuhara. Despite their lack of an in-depth knowledge of their newly adopted faith, these followers remained determined to face the ultimate threat, and 3 were even executed. This inspired in Nichiren the confidence that his teachings would be maintained and practiced after his own passing. He inscribed the Gonzon, dedicated to the happiness and enlightenment of all humankind. Nichiren died of old age 3 years later. Nichiren's legacy lies in his tireless struggle for people's happiness and the desire to transform society into one which respects the dignity and potential of each individual. Today, SGI members throughout the world chant to the Gonzon that Nichiren had established. They study his writings to deepen their understanding of how to apply Buddhism to the challenges of daily life.